Well, good afternoon to each and every one of you, my leadership friends. What a joy it is to come to you again. Another awesome week. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, I hope your week is going off. This is Wednesday, which is known as Hump Day. So for some of you, you have 2 more days in the workplace, and then you have a vacation or at least a weekend off. So we thank God for you being here with us again on this week. And I am excited to be able to come every time I get an opportunity to be able to come and share with you all what I'm hearing and what I've heard and what's in me to be able to give you all the tools to be able to motivate and inspire and equip you to lead right. So we're going to prepare to jump in. I think today's topic is going to be a great topic for us on today. Um, I want you to really listen today, and I really want you to reflect today as I'm talking, because I think this topic today is going to really shed some light on some things. So let's jump in. Today I'm gonna be talking about the power of being fearless. The power of being fearless. I'm going to just kind of share a little bit on this topic. However, this topic is one of the chapters is that's in my book, which is in my book, The Beatitudes of Leadership. It is one of the chapters. Actually, it's the first chapter in the book. But I'm not going to read the chapter to you, but I am going to discuss the topic, the power of being fearless. The power of being fearless. Because here's one of the things that I've come to understand in terms of leadership, in terms of us leading our own personal lives, leading a team of people, leading within an organization, is that if we're not careful, then fear will grip us. Fear would grip us, right? There will be some things that we would need to make a decision to, and if you're not careful, your decision making process will be hindered or it'll be slowful because of fear. We would be afraid to make that decision. We'd be afraid on how people will think of us, right? So fear is a natural emotion. We all have fear. We all experience fear at levels. But I think it's important for us to understand that that we have to be able to overcome fear. We have to be able to overcome it. And when I say overcome it, I'm not saying that fear will no longer exist within the framework of our lives or within our leadership. Fear is going to be there because you want to do right, you want to lead right, right? You want people to understand what you're doing. To you want to be able to make the right decision as it relates to those that are following you, those that are on the team. You want to make the right decision and you want to do the right things so that the organization can continue to move in the right direction. So because of that, um, fear is going to naturally be there. It's going to naturally be there, but you can be fearless. You can be fearless. So you may be saying, so J Scott, what do you mean if fear is going to be there? How do I be fearless? This is how you be fearless. You're being fearless because you're not letting fear govern you. You're not letting fear dictate you. You're not letting fear hinder you. So you have to become fearless. Okay. Let me just kind of share with you all exactly what I mean. Put my glasses on. I'm getting a little of age, so I have to wear glasses to pretty much do a lot of things. Right. So don't laugh. Just keep living. You will you will get there as well. So here's what I want you all to to understand. What fearless is defined as the like of fear. It is defined as the like of fear, right? It's the like of fear. It's the like of fear. But again, fear is an emotion. So it's not like you're not going to have a moment of fear, but the fear doesn't have to exist in the way you lead so you can be fearless. So what I want to do, I want to just kind of take the next few minutes and just kind of share with you all some ways of overcoming fear. Some ways of overcoming fear, because I can remember, and just kind of give you a background of where this thought comes from. I can remember on a number of occasions how fear would try to grip me and control me. It would control me. When I was in management with Payless Shoe Source and I took over my first store, I was very determined to be successful in management, but I had a moment where I was afraid of some things. I was afraid. Fear was there. I had a new. I was getting ready to take on my first store, so I was going to have my own crew, my own staff, and there was some fear there in terms of what they were used to from their other manager, the old manager, and then with my management style and my management approach, right? um and then of course, fear was there when I transitioned from Payless and went into the ministry full time. There was fear. There was fear there, but because it was there, I was still fearless. Now you may, again, this, just kind of stick with me, because I want you to understand what I'm saying. Fear is natural. You can't get fear out of your natural emotions. All of us, something, we hear a sound, we're gonna be afraid of what that was, or it'll kind of scare us, right? Something happened to someone, or something happened in your life. You may shed a tear, you may cry, you may feel empty, you may feel lonely. All those things are emotions. So fear is a part of that. Fear is a part of that. But there's a difference when you are living in fear versus just having a moment of fear. And that's where I want you to be. I don't want you to live. I don't want you to lead in fear. Let it be a moment, but you're going to have some tools to be able to overcome that. So that will make you fearless. So let's look real quick. Here's the first way that you're going to be able to become fearless, and here's the power of fearless. Here's the first thing: stay open to doors of growth. Stay open to doors of growth. The way you become fearless is you continue to grow. You continue to put yourself in a position where you grow, because when you grow, you expand. When you grow, you get enlarged. When you grow, you get more wisdom, right? So growth becomes very, very important to you being able to overcome fear. Okay. It helps you to overcome fear. Um, because as you grow, again, you're gonna learn some new things. You're gonna learn new things on how to do some things. You're gonna, perhaps in some situations, you'll learn how to manage certain scenarios. And sometimes those scenarios may come into your leadership, right? So you're learning to grow. You're reading. um I read a lot of books. I read a lot of articles. I listen to a lot of different people. Not that I can regurgitate what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, but that it may expand my thinking, that I may be able to form my own thought to a certain situation. So, the first way you're going to become fearless is you have to grow. You have to grow, because here's something I want you to hear. Who told you you couldn't do it? Think about it. Who told you you couldn't do that? Who told you you couldn't lead right? Who told you you couldn't manage a team? Who told you? Who told you? Perhaps the first person who told you might have been yourself. You may have told yourself, I can't do this. This is too much for me. Listen, we all have these internal conversations. I'm gonna fail. They're not, they're not gonna like me. You're going into a moment already declaring defeat. Well, when you're fearless, you declare victory. And when you're growing, you're getting knowledge and you're getting wisdom and you're getting direction and you're getting all of these things that help you have the right internal conversation with yourself. Right? Growth, growth, growth. Stay open to the doors of growth. Listen, I've gone, I have my 3 degrees. I have a Bachelor of Science in Business Management. I have a Master's of Business Administration. I have a Master's of Divinity with a concentration in Christian leadership. Those were all 3 growth opportunities for every phase in which I found myself. So I continue to grow. Now, because I have accomplished those, I haven't stopped growing. I'm still growing. I still read. Again, I still listen to some of the leading voices. Okay. I put myself in programs. I recently was accepted to LifeWorks Leadership. So global leadership development organization. And, they take leaders from within the cities and communities that are deemed as being persons of influence, and they really help them and shape them to leadership around the leadership of Jesus. That's growth. That's growth. That's a growth opportunity. That's a door of growth. And sometimes that door can only be opened based on your investment. Based on your investment. You have to be willing to make the investment to your growth. You have to be willing to make that investment. Every growth opportunity, every door of growth is not going to just swing open. You're going to have to purchase the key. You're going to have to purchase the access to get on the other side of that door. Okay? But you got to stay open for it. You got to desire it. You have to want to grow. Listen, if you look at where you are today and where you've been, you should be the first one to say, you look different. You look different. So stay open to the door of growth. Here's the second one. Stay open to the doors of connection. Stay open to the doors of connection. If you're going to become a person that is fearless, you have to connect with other fearless people. I'm going to say that again. If you're going to be a person that is fearless, you need to connect with other people who are fearless. If you're trying to be fearless and you're connecting with people who always talk about being afraid to do something, listen, you're never going to get to that place where you're fearless, because you're going to become what you're fed. You're going to become your environment. You trying to be a person who says, you know what, I can do this. I can lead right. I can do all these amazing things. And you got people around you saying, oh, I don't think, when I tried it, I failed. And, that's not, no, you don't need that. You need to connect with people who will sit down and say, you know what? I was the same way. I was facing the same situation. And this is what I did. I determined that I was going to go in there with the right mindset. I was going to go in there with a plan. I was going to go in there with a vision. I had my vision written out. You need to connect with people who are fearless and not fearful. Listen, you don't need anyone around you who will say to you, I'm afraid for you. I'm afraid you're not going to make it. I'm afraid you're going to fail. You do not need anyone around you who is going to say to you, they fear you doing something. No. Those are the people that when you go after your success and when you're trying to lead right, they're not going to be there for you. They're not going to be there for you. You need people who to say to you, listen, if it gets tough, I'm right here with you. You give me a call. We'll connect. We'll talk it through. You need people that when you do hit a roadblock, you can pick up that phone and you can call them and they can encourage you. Listen, that's why I am taking time to do these podcasts. That's why I'm taking time to do the LeadRight podcast. That's why I take time to try to write books. Listen, I'm not trying to be a best-selling author, a New York Times best-selling author. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put tools in people's hands at whatever level they find themselves that is going to motivate, inspire, and equip them to simply lead right in any area. Listen, even if you're an entrepreneur, hear me. Even if you're trying to start a business, it is one thing that you may know the accounting of the business. You may know how to keep your records. You may know how to cook. You may, whatever that business is, that is one thing. But you still need to know how to be a leader as an entrepreneur. Because if you're going to grow your business, you're going to have a team of people that you're going to have to lead. You're going to have to know how to do it. That's why I try to encourage entrepreneurs and persons who are starting businesses. Listen, you have to take more than the classes and you have to sit with more than the people who are just going to tell you how to start your business. Yes, there's a science to how to start a business, but there's also a way that you got to lead that business. You become a leader in your community when you become a business owner and you want to lead right. But you got to connect with other people. You got to connect with people. You have to connect with people. If you're going to be a leader that is fearless, you have to connect with other people. And those people you connect with, they have to be people that are fearless too. Here's the third. Stay open to the doors of mentorship. This is very important. This is very important. Stay open to the doors of mentorship. Listen, right now we see a whole lot of people that are developing themselves and becoming life coaches. And I think it's wonderful. I'm definitely not going to discredit that. I think it's wonderful. I think being a coach, being a leadership coach, being a life coach, being a financial coach is important. People need individuals to coach them, but people also need people to mentor them. Mentor them. Get you a mentor. Submit to a mentor. Now, let me talk about this for just a minute. Submitting to a mentor or looking for a mentor is not about you trying to become like that person. You and that person are two different people. And an effective mentor is not trying to make a carbon copy of themselves. An effective mentor is a person who is tapped into what you're supposed to be and mentor you to that place. To that place. A coach is to be able to see that field and be able to give you the plays to get that score. Not to try to make you an assistant coach. That comes in time. That comes when you desire that you've been on that court, you've been on that field, you've been on that diamond long enough. And now you want to become a coach. You want to help someone else. When you look at professional sports, these players, they come into the game, they want to play. They want to be on that field. You know, when they start their career, if they're starting their career in Pop Warner want to football. They want to play. They want to play in middle school. They want to play in high school. Once they get in high school and they're playing, they're saying, "Hey, listen, I can get a scholarship. I can go to college. I want to play for my favorite college." And they that's their aspiration. They want to go on. When they get to college, the goal and the dream is, I want to get to the professional level. I want to get to the NFL or the NBA or the major leagues. That's the steps. And then when they have done that, when they've gotten to that place, let's say they get to that professional level. Now it's all about being the best in that game. It's about being a Hall of Famer one day. And then after they retire, then yes, they may go into coaching. But you don't say, I want to be a football coach and never play the game. You need a mentor. You need a coach who's played that game. You need a mentor. You need a coach who's been in that game. They know the plays. They can call an audible. If they see you going in the wrong direction, they can call that audible. That's what you need. But you have to submit to mentorship. Submitting to mentorship is going to be about accountability, correction. If your mentor doesn't hold you accountable, if the person you're calling your mentor doesn't correct you, that's the wrong person to say that that's your mentor. Listen, I have people come to me and say, will you mentor me in leadership? Listen, this is what I ask them. How well do you handle correction? How well do you handle correction? How well do you handle being held accountable? Accountability and correction builds your character. It builds your character. So if you're going to be a person that is fearless, it comes through staying open to growth, the door of growth, staying open to the door of connection, and then staying open to the door of mentorship. It is at that point where you walk in the power of fearless. That's what I wanted to share with you all on today. I really hope that it made sense to you all today. I really do. I hope you all grabbed it. I hope it really motivated and inspired you, and I equip you to become a leader that is fearless. Fearless. All right. Share this with others. Share this with others. If you're viewing this on YouTube, share it. If you're listening to it on Spotify or Anchor or Google podcast, share it. Send it to someone. Send it to someone who has said to you that they want to be, they want to own their own business. They want to be an entrepreneur. Share it. Okay, share it. There's a lot of people that never move in the direction of things they want to do because fear drives them. This is a year that I'm going after so much. I'm going after so much. In the past, there was some things, there was times, and I'd be very transparent. There was times where fear kind of made me apprehensive. I didn't move in time. But this year I'm walking in the fullness of being fearless because I don't know what's on the other side. I'm not going to try to say failure is on the other side because failure is not on the other side. Failure is on the side that I'm on, that I decide not to try something. Success is on the other side. And it's how you measure that success. If I stopped today with the LeadRight podcast, I was successful. You want to know why? Because I started it. I have episodes. So I'm on the side of success. Now I just have to continue to do some things, encourage you all to share it, and continue to grow it. That's it. That's it. So someone may say, well, you only had 12 views. You're not being successful. Yes, I am being successful because I started it. My success is not on 12,000 views. My success for Scott is the fact that I started something that was in my head. Right? Listen, I want to challenge you all to do this as well. I want to challenge you all to share the LeadRight community. Get persons to sign up for the LeadRight community. They can text LeadRight to 84576. 84576. Okay. Let's grow our community. Let's grow our community where we can grow with each other and we can connect with others. I have some wonderful thoughts that I want to do in 2020, even with the podcast, so there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are going to take place, but I want to encourage you all to really take a more engaging and active role in the LeadRight community, and help us build this out. Again, you can definitely send topics, discussions, things that you want to discuss or you want me to discuss. Please send the topics. Share what you want to hear. Okay. I'm gonna put up the email address where you can send it. There it is at the bottom. J. Scott Cotton at Cotton and Company LG.org. Send your discussions there. Send a topic. Say, I want to talk about this. Okay. And we would definitely make sure we get it done. Right? Listen, God bless you. I love you. Let's lead right. Talk to you next week. Have an amazing day and week.